Collecting chips in drums and hoppers at each machine occupies valuable floor space, consumes indirect labor, and creates material handling problems. Floor space previously occupied by drum or chip hoppers can be put to more profitable use. Any reduction in forklift traffic also reduces the unpleasant possibility of damage to machinery and equipment from collision with forklifts. Replacing drums and hoppers with a turbo three-dimensional disc conveyor can solve those problems. The name is derived from the fact that the system piping can be routed three-dimensionally in virtually any direction, including overhead, and from the steel disc that move material through the pipe. Some other types of conveyors, such as hinge belt and scraper type conveyors, may have curves only in the vertical axis. To turn in a horizontal direction requires discharging from one conveyor onto another. Harpoon type or auger type conveyors can't contain any curves. Only the three-dimensional disc conveyor can be routed through curves in any direction. Each system is composed of a series of straight pipe sections, curved pipe sections, and open collection troughs. A continuous loop of linked chain to which the discs are attached travels through the pipe. The 3D disc conveyor can be used to transport a wide variety of materials: dry powders, semi-fluid slurries, granular materials, or rough, irregular shapes. One of the most popular applications is collection and transportation of chips and turnings from machining operations. Individual machine chip conveyors automate removal of the chips from the machine, freeing an operator from raking or shoveling out the chips by hand, and eliminating the machine downtime the hand removal would cause. The next step is to continue automation of chip removal by replacing all those drums and hoppers with a turbo three-dimensional disc conveyor. Replacing drums and hoppers with a 3D disc conveyor has many more benefits in addition to saving the labor and cost of operating a forklift. A turbo 3D disc conveyor system can be installed on the surface, in a trench below floor level, or even overhead. If a design exceeds the length limits of a single system, one system may be discharged into another. Once the system is overhead, it can be routed anywhere without creating obstructions to machinery or traffic patterns. The 3D disc conveyor can be routed through confined spaces as narrow as this 8-inch slot, passing through the wall to discharge into a container outside the building. Worthington Precision Metals is a manufacturer of precision, high-volume automotive components in Franklin, Tennessee.
We put the turbo conveyor in about 10 months ago and have found that the system runs virtually unattended. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and as you can see, it's hooked up to 7 rhizomatics. We've had one minor problem during this time period. We didn't have the load sensor set correctly, and we dropped a large bar in down into the conveyor, and it pulled the master link apart. It took us a couple of 3 hours to get that fixed and corrected, learn our mistakes, and we haven't had any problems since. We've eliminated a tremendous amount of labor with this product. We used to fill the chip bins off of these rhizomatics about every hour and a half. We would drag the chips across the shop, spilling chips, dropping oil, cleaning up after ourselves continuously. Now that that's all contained in one area and we don't have that labor, it's been a tremendous savings. I would highly recommend this system to anybody.
This flexible machining system at Custom Products in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin is being used to manufacture high-volume cast aluminum auto parts. In addition to conveying metal chips, the three-dimensional disc conveyor serves as a conduit for 300 gallons per minute of cutting fluid. After collecting all the metal chips, fines, and coolant coming out of each machine, everything is exhausted into a rotary drum-type separator, from which the partially clean coolant is piped back to the central coolant system. The separated metal chips and fines are returned back to the 3D disc conveyor system, carried overhead, and discharged into a large holding container. American Coupling's Screw Machine Shop produces brass hose and tube fittings.
In early 1996, American Couplings moved into its new manufacturing facility in Westmont, Illinois. In the course of moving into the new facility, we purchased and installed a new turbo conveyor system to move chips from our screw machine operation to our chip cleaner. In evaluating systems, we had two objectives. First was to reduce the amount of material handling expense involved in moving chips, and second was to improve the cleanliness and housekeeping of our facility. We also had a concern of how much access the system provided to us in the event of a jam. As part of our process, we do lose bar ends and parts into the system, and we couldn't afford failures. After nearly a year of operation, we've been very pleased with the turbo system. We've not had a single jam up. The system has never gone down. We've never had a part get lost in the system, and we have definitely improved the cleanliness of our facility. The turbo conveyor system has been good for American couplings, and we'd recommend it to you too.
Turbo Conveyor maintains a lab test system where samples of customers' materials can be run under actual operating conditions to verify the suitability of a three-dimensional disc conveyor for a particular application. The Turbo three-dimensional disc conveyor is manufactured and sold in North America exclusively by Turbo Conveyor. For more information or to arrange a demo, please contact the factory at the phone number and address shown below.